Do the Riley voice. And today we are going to speak of things such as insurance. Riley would be a great insurance salesman. I didn't think.
What's going on, guys? Dane here from Brothers on Wheels. That was pretty close. Dane here from RP Productions, and today we're going to be talking about 5 myths surrounding the Mustang GT Camaro and sports cars in general.
I thought you merged those. Mustang GT Camaro. Wow.
Mustang GT, comma, Camaro, comma, and sports cars in general, period.
Hyphen.
So the first thing I hear a bunch is that just, cars are too expensive. Take the Mustang GT, for example, that, I hear it all the time, coming from a V6 Mustang, you hear it a lot in those groups that the car's too expensive. It's $10,000 more than the EcoBoost or the V6, or same thing with the RS Camaro that's, $15,000 more, and it's not worth the money. And I think that there's a blurred line there, because I think that, obviously, yes, you can spend $10,000 more on a car, but I think that's if you go for the full-fledged optioned out, SS, 2SS, whatever it is. But I think people overlook that it's really easy to get into these cars if you go for a base model car, because you have a base model SS Camaro,
right? And
I've got a base model Mustang. I mean, and full disclosure with you guys, I paid under $30,000 for this thing, and there's optioned out EcoBoost going for 32, 33, 34 grand. So I mean, yes, if your priorities are different and you're looking for those creature comforts, which this car still offers, and your car even more so than mine.
Well, yeah.
The deals are out there on certain cars. You just have to look for them, especially when you have outgoing model cars. Like I know 2017s are getting sold for dirt cheap right now. 2018s are coming in. I just think you have to do, and I hate saying educated shopping, but you have to do some educated shopping. What you hear on Facebook and what you see all these guys talking about in the forums, there's a lot of drama queens on Facebook. So I mean, people are over-exaggerate things sometimes. So I mean, don't always take someone's word for truth. Go out, do the homework yourself, do some car shopping, and I bet you can find a car cheaper than you think you can. So another big one I get is, you done, Princess?
Snapchat, dude. Come on, man. GTA Squad.
GTA Squad. So another popular one I hear is insurance. That just, insurance is astronomical, and insurance is a tough one to touch on because it is super case by case. You can see these, one person who's paying $300-400 a month for insurance, and then the guy next to him, could be paying $100 a month. And what you don't read is that $300 a month guy has been in 3 car accidents, has had 2 tickets, and he's 19 years old. And then, $100 a month guy is, 40 years old, has never had a ticket on his record his entire life. I'm 40, you're older than me.
Drive like you're 40.
6th gear.
No, but realistically, that is us. You pay like $100 a month for this car, and for my Challenger even, I was paying $310 a month.
Really?
Yeah, but it's circumstance by circumstance.
Right.
I mean, I called USAA last week and got a quote, and it knocked it down to $100 a month for my Camaro. So, it's certainly case by case.
My best advice for insurance is, because you can go online, they have all these calculations to figure out your rate. I think the best thing to do is what I did, is you call everybody. Call the you have all these local adjusters in your agents in your area.
Yeah.
Give them a call and see what they can do for you, and then you take that quote and bring it to a different agency.
Fake names. Johnny Gimble Horse.
Johnny
for me.
Johnny Gimble Horse?
Yeah, I don't want to get blown up by Teddy insurance agent.
Well, come up with a good fake name first, and then hit a few different insurance agents and figure out who can give you the best deal. Because people just, insurance is weird, and I swear you could have the same circumstances, and one person's like you said, you drop $200. Nothing about your life changed, but you drop $200 by going to USAA.
Right.
So,
and USAA has really good rates, but I just don't understand what could make it factor from 300 to 100. I have had 2 accidents on my record, but they were both when I was 18. After in Texas, after 5 years, it drops off your record. Okay. So I don't think it's a factor anymore. And I've had 2 tickets, but I took defensive driving for both. So technically, there's nothing on my record. I was just still paying $300 a month for State Farm when I didn't need to. I think we just assumed that's what it was without doing research. And now that I have done some research, I really need to make some changes. So which is going to happen soon.
So research, be educated, and you will save money.
feel like Adam Savage, Mythbusters.
Adam Savage.
Yeah, I'll be Jamie. And a sick mustache.
And a beret.
And a beret. No, I know everything.
Wiggle, 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 wiggle. Third one, and this is the most comical one for me because I think people just blow this one way out of proportions, is that these big V8 muscle cars don't get good gas mileage anymore. And you're disqualified from this conversation because you're an 85, so you get terrible gas mileage.
I still get better gas mileage than people would presume. Like, oh, you get 14 miles a gallon.
Yeah, true. You know,
I get 17 on the 85.
Right.
So,
you know, people think all the time that you drive, you must only get 12 miles to the gallon. I can't do that. I have to daily drive my car, which means not true. I get 22.1 miles to the gallon in this car.
We get like 26 miles a gallon in this thing. So
yeah, I understand that there's cars out there that get much better gas mileage, but I think it's amazing how far technology's come. That I have a car with over 400 horsepower that gets over 22 miles to the gallon. Like, yeah, granted, you're right. I drive it like I'm 50. Yeah, but. That fun factor's there when I want it. I can have my fun. Exactly. When I'm just, driving to work, it's great gas. Exactly. And I'm cool with it.
And he's cooler than you. V6 owner.
Please don't take this video seriously. I want to kind of get into that, people complain about with, sports cars is practicality. Like, you can't live with it. Like, there's, you can't fit people in the back. The rear seats are virtually non-existent, which is kind of true, but they're a lot easier to live with every day than people think. And I guess it's granted, it's different based on your family size. If you have 3 kids, you probably don't want one, at least as a daily. Right. But I was left Home Depot the other day and I had 2x4s going from the trunk all the way up to front where the camera's sitting. Oh, that was so scary. You can do things. It's not the most comfy thing, but you can do stuff with these cars. It's not Corvette, I could see it being a little more practical. Yeah, something but
those Corvette trunks have more room than people would presume. Yeah, that's true. My car is a lot smaller in the category of Mustang, Challenger, and Camaro. The Camaro 2017 Camaros, 6 gens, I have a 2017, are very small. The interior, like the up here in the cabin, I guess you would call it, cockpit. It's not as roomy as people always say. It's like, oh, it's so cramped. I have no visibility. It sucks. I can't see. They're wrong. It's fine. It's not that bad. Now, before you triggered Challenger owners start bashing me for saying I messed up buying my RT, this is where the RT comes into play. The RT was way more comfortable.
Easily one of the most. If you're looking for just a big V8 car that makes a good noise and is still pretty quick, absolutely, that you have to drive every day, buy a Challenger. Just don't even look at the other two
because they're, I don't mean to upset any Dodge owners either. Like if I had a Scat Pack, I'd still have it. I had zero issues with that car. I drove that car hard. I put like 35,000 miles on it, and I had literally zero issues. So that 5.7 is bulletproof, and just going back to the practicality of the car, you could fit anything in the trunk. Like my Camaro, I can't fit a set of golf clubs in it. In the Challenger, I could fit 5. So it's,
Yeah, and I guess, just to go back to that point, he wasn't bashing the 5.7, saying that it's a crappy car. What he was saying was, he was in a world where he probably could have afforded an SS Camaro or a Scat Pack had he dug a little harder into the two. Right. But he didn't, and he went for the smaller engine car when he really didn't want to. And that's another thing, that if you're looking for one of these cars, if you're looking to get into an SS, you're looking to get into a GT, a Scat Pack, whatever. If that's what you want, take it from a guy who bought a V6 Mustang. Again, I love V6 Mustangs. I love my car to death. But take it from a guy who bought a car that he didn't exactly want, and it took me 2 years to finally decide that I wanted to buy the car I exactly wanted. Is just wait for it. Yeah. Just save a little bit longer, because I promise you, the gap, especially now, especially if you're looking used, the gap is a lot smaller between, a lesser level sports car and the one you're looking for.
You mind me asking what you paid for your V6 Mustang?
I paid $18,000 for my V6 Mustang.
There you go, dude, man. You bought that car used, right?
I bought it used in 2012.
So you could get a used 5.0
for $18,000.
S550. You could still get it for 27, 26, 27?
Yeah. So 25 to 27, you can get an S550 for.
Right. And an S197 5.0, I'd get the S550 because I love this car. You know, unless it's a GT500.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I'd get an S197.
Yeah, you're looking for a deal right now. You go buy a 2011, 2012
Yes.
Coyote because they're seriously less than $18,000.
Mods are everywhere. Bulletproof motor. You know, if you're just a car guy and just enjoy driving a muscle car, the S197.50 is awesome.
Mm-hmm. All right. So the last thing, and just go ahead and ignore points 1 through 4. They weren't important. They were leading up to this one. Is the myth that you can or can't?
Cannot
pick up girls?
You cannot pick up women.
You cannot. Okay, yeah. The myth is girls are gonna like you in your muscle car, and that's a lie.
If a girl likes your muscle car, she's the homie hopper at the car meet. That is it. Becky in the drive-thru does not care about your Mustang or your Camaro or your Challenger. She thinks you're a douchebag that is overstimulated and loves flaunting his money. I don't have any.
I don't have any. It's all spent on the car. Car looks great, but we're not going out to dinner.
If you're looking to get women, get you a lifted truck. If you're in the South. If you're in the North, I don't know what those weirdos like. Oh, casserole, eh? Oh, nice car, eh? How's the snow tires on that bad girl there, eh? Run pretty good, like a wild goose chase.
Bye. Bye.
What did I do?
Bye.
What did I do? I pressed a button.
I don't know. New camera props.